we're speaking ahead of a much anticipated, well, they're all much anticipated, but this one, there's so much weight ahead of this Fed meeting of what they will do next. You mentioned interest rates, right?
Yeah.
Have they fought the inflation fight, and will they pause, or will QT continue? Top central banks will suck $2 trillion in liquidity out of the financial system over the next 2 years, and this is because of QT. There are concerns we are in uncharted territory.
How could you be prepared for it? They made this thing up. They dumped in countless trillions of dollars to fight the COVID war. Stay home. Don't worry about it. Here's money. Here, lower interest rates to zero. And don't worry about it. The bigs could buy up everything. Merger and acquisition activity hits an all-time high. Oh, and your debt levels around the world they're ballooned to levels that are unparalleled. I mean, look what's going on in Argentina. Look what's going on all over the world. Look what's going on, the debt levels that they have. How are they going to pay off the debt? And now interest rates went up. Oh, it's costing you more now to service your debt.
Right.
And again, when you go to the commercial sector, it's floating loans. You know, so they're paying more as they're getting less business coming in. No, this is a crisis, the likes of which we have never seen. They don't know what to do about it. Now, the bet on the street is that they're going to be raising interest rates. When they met earlier this month, the bet was they weren't going to raise them. They're going to keep them steady. The odds for a June rate hike are getting close to 50%. It was 10% a week ago. So now you're hearing more Fed heads saying we got to raise rates. As I said to everyone, making it 100% clear, the higher interest rates go, the stronger the dollar goes and the weaker gold gets. But when they pause rate hikes and then they start lowering them, the dollar's going to go down and gold's going to go up. And oil prices are down. They're in the still Brent crude's in the $75 a barrel plus range. So that's low. So we're looking at recession coming soon. And again, the game's rigged. The Dow Jones is up over 115 points. The NASDAQ, again, booming up 1.5%. And when you're looking at what's going on and why the markets went up, they're saying because Biden, the Democrats, and the Republicans can make a deal on the debt ceiling. Record buyback spree attracts growing investor complaints. Yep. So the bigs are buying back their stocks and artificially propping them up. And the last time that happened was when Biden gave the tax cuts to the bigs and they sold the bullshit that they were going to put it into capital investment. No, they weren't. They got more money and they bought back their stocks, and it drives the prices back up.
Are we on the brink of a financial crisis, or has the threat been contained?
A financial crisis, the likes of which you've never seen in modern history. Again.
Which will make 08 look like a dream?
Look what happened. Let's go back to 08. How many banks failed? 25? The 3 banks that failed was more money than the 25. So what I'm saying to you is that the damage this has done, they're covering it under the rug. And it has just begun. So going back to the markets, we said following the midterm elections in 2022 that the S&P 500, the last 40 midterm elections, has gone up 16.3%. And now you have the S&P up almost 10%. It's a rigged game. You got 1% that owns over 50% of the equity markets. It's one big club and you ain't in it, as George Carlin said. They know the game they're playing. I don't play the markets because the markets are totally rigged. The plunge protection team, you bastards are rigging the market. You got the big zone everything. When I was a young guy, there were drug stores. There were grocery stores. There were hardware stores. There were stationary stores. Now they're all chains. So now when you look at the market, oh, the stock of this company is going, yeah, they don't have no competition. So what I'm saying is I don't play the markets. I'm not good at that. So for me, again, I've been buying gold. Yeah. My first buy of gold was $187.50 an ounce. And what I recommend to people is you buy it, you put it away. You buy it, you put it away. Same thing with cryptos. I don't play the market. Buy them, put them away. Buy them, put them away. Buy them, put them away. So when you get to be an old guy like me, then you're going to retire. You have your cash in your stash. When they lower interest rates, the dollar's going to go down. The death of the dollar has begun. You know what's going on. The BRICS, they've had enough of the United States' economic and military hegemony. They've had it. What was China like 50 years ago? Oh, go back to China. You could thank Bill Clinton, bringing China into the World Trade Organization. So look at China's GDP from 1970 to 2000. They officially came in 2 weeks after 9/11. Nobody knew it. GDP's like that. 2001. Look at China now. Look at all the European countries selling all their products to China. You think they don't want to do business? 1.2 billion people. What does India have? 1.2 billion people. Brazil. They've all had enough of America. This is a different time. When did the dollar become strong? After World War II, Bretton Woods. America was at the top. It's not at the top anymore. Look, we're talking about the debt levels. When you look at the real debt levels, it's like, what, $260 trillion? You got imbeciles, morons, psychiatric freaks running the show. To me, why would anybody with a brain bigger than a pea keep money in the bank? You're getting no interest on it. Inflation is wearing it down. And then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, the Russians just hacked our banking system. And we're closing it down to make sure they don't steal more of your money. Why would you keep your money in the banks? Why? They're not giving you anything on it. And when 9/11 happened and I tried to get my money out and I had it in CDs, used to get interest rates back then. Sorry, Mr. Salenti, you can't get your money. Certificates of deposit are traded on Wall Street and Wall Street's closed. So screw you. We got your money. But for me, gold is my number one asset. It is very simple, very simple. They're going to be lowering interest rates. We all know this. The only question is when. And you can't, it's a guess. Because one day, we're going to pause when they meet on after June 14th. Or we may raise them again.
Right.
So it's a guess. The street is 50%. They don't know where it's
going.
They do it all the time before the presidential election. They lower interest rates. When they lower interest rates, the dollar's going to go down. The death of the dollar has begun.